Just make sure this Twitch stream is looking all right. Alright, well I can't find my phone charger, like plug-in base, so that's pretty dope. Wonder what I could use instead.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past
and my
the
DualShock
45
battery's
and down
low.
to the
What
46.
the hell?
It's a 6-yard gain on the
Oh, this is
ground, and
gonna
that'll
suck
make it
dick.
2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Got a man right side. It's Sharp. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
I'm going to go
Give him
jet.
5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Throw right side, taken in by Pettis. And he gets it down to the 32. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On first down, Garoppolo. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now McKinnon. And that play is blown.
It'd be nice if we could
Losing
block on
yardage
the
back
edge.
at the 35.
That'd be fantastic.
It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
All right.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Is this cover 2 he's giving me?
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
Oh, come on.
Intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 16. On the ground, this is Rashad Penny. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's Wilson. And he's got Lockett. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk 1st down. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Big jumbo! Big jumbo! Big jumbo!
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. This complete to Lockett. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's a give to Penny. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Michael Dixon. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And San Francisco gets set to go here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limited to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Now it's Lockett. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They go play action here on 1st down. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he'll get this down to about the 30-31 yard line. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Third and long, it's Wilson. He sets to fire deep. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
So the missed field goal, and now they're in great shape. They'll start at the 38. The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second down, here's Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Garoppolo now, first down throw. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. They'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down. '49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got it first and goal at the 6. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And a Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Corey Legion in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Extra point attempt here still to come. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did. Good. I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Penny, a 1st down carry. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Wilson now off the bootleg. Eluding the pressure right. And avoids the contact by sliding. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A handoff to Penny. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Now the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Solomon Thomas in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. On the carry, here's Clement. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
In his own end zone, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Here we go. Check. 21. 11.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. And he whips that one incomplete there. Tajay Sharp, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this up just shy of the 15. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here we go. Wait.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Garoppolo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
inside the red zone. It's Garoppolo. And that's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Garoppolo now. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Here's Garoppolo to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Dumps that off to Penny as running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. It's caught, block it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 1st down, Wilson. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And it's 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. He's going to launch this thing way down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's going to go down again.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. He's going to air one out. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2.
Here we go. 180.
They'll try and run it here. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So we have reached halftime. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And out now come the Seahawks. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Ready for one word. Be ready for one word. 4 down. Try. Move the team. Let's go. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is going to be 49er football. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 46. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey. Here we go. 180. Nowhere, 22. Go ahead. 6 guys.
They'll run with Clement. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10.
11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Hey, 4 down.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Baldwin. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Baldwin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They run it with Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Easy work. It's easy work, and it's coming again. Fourteen. Everyone's got full line. Move 15. Right there. 54. Right there. 50. Be alert.
Off the bootleg. Wilson. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Shane Ray in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20.
Here we go.
Here's McKinnon, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And that'll be incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
The Niners on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is third down and 12.
13.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
Returnable for Lockett. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They will run it. It's McKissick. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down, Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Hey. 4 down.
Play action. Now Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Cut! 280!
On third down, Wilson. He's going to wind up and air it out. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Garoppolo on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Garoppolo, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They run it with McCannon. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They run once more with McCannon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To throw is Garoppolo. Screen play, McCannon. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Garoppolo looks to throw. He finds McCannon, complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Gordon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. On second down, Hill. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front. And it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
This is Clement, and they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
21, 21. 11.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. He's got it. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's third and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. Third and goal.
Hey, gun.
Garoppolo now. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Josh Gordon with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 21-0. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 38. After the interception, here's Wilson. Open man is Amara Darboh, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And his throw is going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And the Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Check. 95.
From the shotgun, Wilson steps away to his left. He finds his man, Baldwin. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. First down, Seahawks, Wilson to Baldwin. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He hits Baldwin right side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing again here, Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Hey. You got three. Three down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. There's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Point after, right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. It's Clement. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. It's Gordon. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, This is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now Garoppolo firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Garoppolo to throw on second down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They find some open field here. A huge play there on the screen pass. 43 yards. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this fourth quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you've got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
21.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. And that one's going to be over everybody in the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
Oh, my, you know that's one that he'll want to have back. I mean, they did everything right. Got the linebackers commit on the play action. He just flat out missed.
The 49ers are going to turn over to the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He's got that one complete to Darbo. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Again, Wilson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quitting him.
Zero.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They've gone final now from Los Angeles. And an impressive display by the Eagles. They continue to pour it on, scoring again. If they can win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 13. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Niners, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.